I'm Alexa Santos. I'm a food editor at the FeedFeed, and I'm so excited to be kicking off this Guinness World Record attempt with a tasty lamb appetizer and a delicious cocktail to pair. Today we're going to be doing really fun Greek-style lamb nachos using ground lamb from Australia. So we're gonna start by making some delicious toasted pita chips out of fresh pita bread. So what we're gonna do is cut them into little triangles. So we're gonna add our pita chips to a large sheet pan. We're going to evenly coat our pita bread, that will soon be pita chips, in some olive oil. Kind of rub it in. Sprinkle some salt and pepper all over our chips. And these are ready to go into the oven. Okay, now we're gonna whip up a tomato, cucumber, and chickpea salad that we're gonna use to top our nachos later on. Start with a large cucumber that's cut up into small little pieces like that, 2 cups of halved cherry tomatoes, and 1 15-ounce can of chickpeas drained, so there's no additional liquid in it. And then we're gonna dress this with about a tablespoon of olive oil, 2 to 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, and then top this with salt, pepper, and we're gonna give it a nice mix. Okay, now we're going to make a delicious yogurt and herb sauce that's gonna get drizzled on top of our nachos. So start with a cup of plain Greek yogurt, and then we're going to add oregano, mint, dill, and parsley. About 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, some salt to season, and mix it all up. That's gonna be a lovely little sauce drizzle on top of our nachos. Now we're gonna whip up our delicious Australian ground lamb, and we're gonna start by heating a medium-sized pan over medium heat and adding about a tablespoon of olive oil, and then drop in a pound of our beautiful Australian ground lamb. So you're gonna wanna break this up and cook it until all the lamb is browned and starting to get crispy. It should take about 10 minutes. Add 1 diced small red onion, 5 cloves of minced garlic, red pepper flakes for a little bit of spice. Herbs give our wonderful Greek Mediterranean flavor boost. Cooking with lamb may seem daunting at first, but it's actually super manageable for home chefs. It's pretty much just like beef, only it's smaller and quicker to prepare. Okay, now that our lamb is beautifully flavored and seasoned and nice and brown and crisped up, we're gonna set it aside and it's gonna go on top of our nachos when the time comes. Okay, so on top of our beautiful golden brown pita chips, we're gonna add little piles of mozzarella cheese because this is gonna melt on there and make these nachos nice and ooey gooey. All right, now pop these back into the oven for just a few minutes until the mozzarella cheese gets nice and melty on top. So this dish pairs really well with a light and refreshing cocktail. I'm gonna be making one that features the bright and fruity flavors of pomegranate. So we are starting with some fresh ice in a nice glass, and we are gonna throw in an ounce-ish, maybe a little more if you're feeling saucy, of vodka. We're also going to do a teaspoon of maple syrup. So we're gonna go for some kind of earthy sweetness in this cocktail, which is gonna be delicious. We're gonna throw in about 2 ounces of pomegranate juice. And now top it off with my favorite part. We're gonna do 4 to 6 ounces of Prosecco. And for our garnish, we're gonna pop in some of these beautiful bright pomegranate seeds and a sprig of fresh rosemary. Cheers. That's gonna go so well with this dish. All right, so our nacho chips are out of the oven and the mozzarella cheese is nice and melty on there. We're gonna move the chips kind of to the outside and put all of our lovely toppings here in the middle. Load up our ingredients. Got ground lamb going in. Using this lamb, you can recreate a luxury dining experience in the comfort of your own home. This is a fantastic appetizer for both a virtual dinner party and real in-person dinner party for the future. Now we're gonna do some crumbled feta, 2 types of cheese on these awesome Greek nachos. The feta kind of adding that salty, more sharp flavor than the mozzarella. and go crazy with the feta. I love feta cheese. And then we're gonna do some sliced Kalamata olives, some of our yogurt and herb sauce, and a little extra parsley on top for garnish, so everybody can make their own perfect little Greek nacho bite. So 100% of Australian lamb is fed and finished on natural grasslands, so it's consistently delicious, tender, and also mild in flavor. The moment of truth, I've got my perfect bite with everything on it, and I'm ready to rock and roll, and I'm prepared for this to be messy. It's so good. And believe it or not, around half of the lamb available today in the United States is from Australia. You can find Australian lamb in your local grocery store by looking for Australia mentioned on the label or ask for Australian at the meat case. What a delicious appetizer and a great way to kick off this event. Perfect for a small group to entertain for, or honestly, just go in on your own, which is what I would do. It's amazing.